struggles,
innovation,
going all in,
not holding back,
mindset,
being a leader,
paving their own way,
putting the real in real estate,
listing legacies, selling luxury. You have The Vault.
unlocking conversations in real estate today.
We are live with The Vault. I'm Jess, and this is my co-host, Alexa Miller. Alexa, who do we have the privilege of interviewing today?
I'm excited to introduce Cesar Garzon. Cesar is an industrial designer who moved to Canada in 2010 and currently resides in Barrie. He became a full-time realtor in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. Cesar's real estate career took off, and he was named Rookie of the Year at his brokerage in 2021 and received an International Gold Award in 2022. So welcome, Cesar. Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Welcome.
Hi, Jessica, and hi, Alexa. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me. That was a nice introduction. I'm humble of all what you said.
Yeah, I love that introduction.
Me too.
It's awesome. I'm excited. I remember when you were Rookie of the Year, I remember cheering and clapping and being like, oh my gosh, it's so fun.
Yeah, it was a nice event for sure. Having all the brokers, even at that time, I didn't know, maybe 60% of the brokers, because we just came out of COVID. So it was very nice to see everyone together and just share those great experiences.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, so let's start. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are.
All right. So I'm a Colombian. I'm originally from Bogota, the city of Colombia. I'm an industrial designer. I went to university there for 5 years, and then started my own company that had to be with marketing and design. We were working with laser machines, and that's kind of the start of my profession. And then all of a sudden, I had to move out of the country. I got the visa. I was waiting for 10 years almost to get some feedback from the government, and one day they just came and said hey, you have to move, you have 3 months to move, or then you waste all the process. So Here I am, I've been here in Canada for 13 years now, since 2010 now, and work the restaurant business for 10 years, and then I got my license 3 years ago. It's going to be my third year. Just very, very happy to keep growing in this career, which is real estate. I'm very excited to help people.
Yeah, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit more about your industrial designer, and did that help contribute into your real estate business?
Yeah, that was part of it, actually. I think it helped maybe 50% in me making the decision to start real estate, because I remember myself being so involved in this architectural, all these classes that I had that had to be with architecture, interior design, anything that had to be with furniture, lighting. So because industrial design is so general, when you go to university, you can go different paths. You can design from a car to a little object, so for me, housing and architecture was a big one there. I was always excited.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of at the start, and then as well, when I became a real estate agent here, so I think big part was just the fact that I always dreamed to have my first home. And I remember myself when I landed here in Canada, I said hey, I'm 25 years old. I hope by 30 I get my first home, and that was always my dream. So everything was working towards that goal. And that was the other decision that the big part of the reason why I started thinking about real estate, because I experienced that myself, as an immigrant, how hard it is even to get a rental place, just to settle down in your first couple of months. It was really, really hard. But after that as well, it was all about the information that you could get from either your family or like a really close friend that tell you like, hey, you have to be good with your credit score. You have to be good with like supporting your taxes and making sure you have that proof of income. So that's exactly what I tried to do for many years. And then I saw like a lot of people are struggling, that I said, this is what I want to do. I just want to help people and go from there.
I love
Right.
that story. I came over as an immigrant at 25 years old, and then, dreamed of owning your own house, and you achieve that. And then you see people struggling, helping them do that. Like that's empowering.
Yeah.
I love that. Cesar, that's amazing.
It was quite interesting because it took me like three tries, I would say, to actually meet that goal, because I'm not sure, like, yeah, you mentioned I work in the restaurant business for 10 years. So that was my first job here in Canada. So everything was tips, like most of my income was tips. I didn't declare those at the beginning. I had no idea that was so important. And then when I tried to apply for a mortgage, they was like, hey, well, you do quite well, but you don't show anything on paper. So that was like the first hit for me. I was like, okay, now I'm gonna start like creating that story, the credit, like reporting all my tips as well. And then the second hit was the income. And I was like, okay, what do I have to do? Like, even if I have to start talking to friends, family, and see, like, trying to find a different way, being creative. So, and finally, yeah, like when I turned 30, I got a cosigner, and that's what it actually helped me to get the house. But the experience I had with that realtor, it wasn't the best. It wasn't very professional. Yeah, like I didn't feel like comfortable through the process, like in terms of like she didn't provide the right information. So that was big as well, saying like, hey, like, like people are struggling there. And if it doesn't take that much, like, to, be professional, be there and like provide everything you need to guide all these people.
Yeah, I agree. I love the tenacity of when you're saying it took me, multiple times in order to get what I was looking for, but you still power through it, knew what you want, and you focused. And then you're also realizing through experience with other realtors how you can better your professionalism and in your business that you have now. I think that's very valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, sorry, go ahead.
So I was just going to say, I'm very intrigued. I want to learn more about you and the start of your career, because you've only been doing this for 3 years, and, you're not originally from the area you live and work in now. How, and you're very successful. You got Rookie of the Year, like like I said, 3 years in the business and you're killing it. So tell us how you got to where you are in such a short time frame. And tell us all about it.
So being completely honest, first year wasn't that good. Like, I know, like, I got the Rookie of the Year, but that being said, is because they just like counted the whole year as a realtor. Like, that would be like pretty much the next year per se, because I started in February or March, I think. And it was the middle of the pandemic. So when I got the license, I was so excited, like I came from working at the restaurant, like full time, to just like I guess any realtor gets like excited when they get the license. They just want to, start like helping people and making some money. That's the reality of it. But when they started closing everything, I was like, okay, now what? Like, I was excited to know all the agents at the brokerage. Like, I only had maybe one team meeting that I was able to go in person, and then everything was closed. So it was very challenging, that start. I guess I had probably 1 deal or 2 deals that year. But then in 2021, all these people that I had in the pipeline that they were just kind of in the fence, they started like, realizing that, okay, prices are going up and interest rates are very low. So let's make a move. And basically my database was all from the restaurant at the beginning. That's all what I did. Like it was an excellent way to just start meeting people, getting contacts. Even when I didn't have my license, I was like, hey, I'm preparing to get my real estate license. Like, can I add you on social media? And for me, social media is being like my database because of that reason, because I was like personal with them, like helping in the restaurant world, and then they became close to me. They started like kind of watching what I was doing in social media. Then when I got the license, they were like, okay, cool, like I know you work hard, I know you're a nice guy, so let's try to make it happen. And it was like very nice to see those type of connections. Like even now, like the last deal I did was from the restaurant. Like I didn't even know that person was in my Instagram. And she said like, oh, remember we used to go as family, have dinner there. My mom said that you are the right person to help us. And it's just like one of those like things that makes you feel good.
Yeah,
You're doing something right.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's that familiarity too, right? When people see you and they see you doing things, it's that patterns in the brains again when we were talking NLP.
Yeah.
I love it. I also love, Cesar, how, for anyone out there considering getting the real estate license, I love, and Cesar just gave us the example that he prepared ahead of time and he knew what he wanted and he went for it. So we can, start dripping on getting my license soon, in a nice way, telling them what you're doing, because we don't tell them, they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100% sure. Like, I guess a lot of agents, they complain because they're probably not from the area or they recently moved and they don't have the contacts. But right now it's like you can go in community groups, you can just try to find like people that they are in the same type of that, like if you like I'm not sure, like I have a friendship, for example. So friendship is like so important to us, but I feel like a lot of people are into dogs here. Like it's just crazy how people like dogs. And when I go out with the friendship, like it's just different ways to meet people these days. But I think the fact that I reached out to them first, it wasn't that awkward when I got the license to reach out again, because it was more like, hey, we already had a conversation. It wasn't anything to do with real estate. It wasn't salesy. It was just like, hey, here I am. I'm preparing myself for real estate, and that's it. So the second time, you already knew what I was doing. And, it was good.
Yeah, I agree. It's building that relationship and having the conversations. I know we hear it all the time. We teach it, we coach it and train it, but it really is just that simple, is just having that conversation, saying, hey, how are you? So they at least know your name, and then knowing some details about them. I know a rule of thumb on my end sometimes is I want to learn one new thing about that person every time I meet them. And that just seems to work. So then you're building rapport. They start to love, trust, and know you. And then that's how you build that data, that downline. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's so important. Yeah, I think it's more like being genuine is like a huge part of it. Like sometimes we worry about what everyone is doing, and it's so much information out there. Like it's just information and content. Everyone is just going crazy. What I'm gonna post today, it takes a lot of time to make a post, but is that actually working? That's what you see. Like, you see in one side that everyone is being successful, but actually how many people that post is reaching? Like 50, 100, 1,000? It really depends, because you see great people like trying to get into like social media, but what is the reality of it? Maybe they can give you exactly the recipe, but it's not gonna work with you. So I'll say, like, try to just focus on whatever you are good at it, whatever you enjoy, be genuine, and that's when people start like connecting with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they know you as a person,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's putting that
trust you.
real in real estate. I love that trademark.
Yeah, me too.
It's so accurate because people want to know, who is Cesar, not the like, just the billboard of
Yeah.
somebody. They want to know who that individual is, the emotions, the feelings connected with it.
Yep.
Right. So the more
Mm.
real we can be, that's where we're connecting with people.
And
So Cesar, tell us about what is your biggest success in your real estate business?
I think my biggest success is community, like the community that I've built through these like 3-5 years, helping people that they're struggling, that they just came to the country, they don't know where to go, and it's just very rewarding to just see these people, getting a job, like feeling a little bit more confident and adapting, because adapting is so important in this country, because where I come from, it's pretty much like one season the whole year. Like, yeah, we have like up and downs, but we don't have really these seasons. So like the fact that just adapting here with the weather and all of that is just, it's just nice to see, like, finally people are just getting to a different level with their families, with their kids, that they're okay, moving to their dream home or their first home, or they're even renting a property. It's just that's why I still help people with renting, because for me it's like so important to see, and it kind of gives me motivation to keep going in this business.
Yeah, I love that. I love that your success is not, an award you've won or a monetary value to you. It's what you've built and how you've helped people. I love that. It's important.
Yeah, no, I think like awards are like, are good for the moment, like to feel proud of it. But your business in real estate resets every year. And I remember your mom, Jessica, saying like,
yeah, I know.
No matter what time, what do I have in the pipeline? But like I wake up every day like I had nothing, like nothing there. So every day kind of resets, like, and that's the mindset, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow with the market. You just need to keep doing what you have to do, like lead generating, focusing on the basics, because what I was saying, we have all these distractions. We don't know what is working. We think it's working, but at the end of the day, the basics are like the fundamentals of the business.
Yeah, I love that. And I always love Terry's famous line, "You're only as good as your last deal."
Yes.
I think we've said it twice now.
I love that from her. Yeah, like it's awesome.
It's accurate though, right? Is that mindset, that motivation, it's letting go of expectations that, even though I've done all these deals, I got to go do it again.
Yeah.
That's being self-employed and running an actual business, right? There's a difference there too.
Yeah, because success, like, I mean, if you have all the awards, you have $1 million GCI, it doesn't mean that you're really happy, or you just wake up like, with anxiety or stress, like you're hating everything because you cannot even see your family, your kids.
Right.
Is that success for a lot of people? Probably, because they're like driven only for the money. But yeah, like it's just try to balance that.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep bringing up that work life. I call it being centered, because I feel there's not balance. It's what do we feel okay with when that teeter-totter is not equal? And I feel being self-employed, I feel it won't be equal.
No, it won't. Never. No.
And we have to be okay with that, accommodating, that sacrificing, and be mindful for how long, and then, shift when we need to. Yeah. What would you say your biggest struggle is?
Struggle. I think is because I really, really like helping people. I try to say yes to everything. So, and I want to do it fast. Like I want to help them fast. So like, even if I try to do like time blocking in my business, I get a call or I get a text message and I just feel the need that I want to talk to them and help them right away. So like sometimes I just feel like my head is spinning like so bad that it's hard for me to focus, but like I'm really working on it. Like, I mean, being totally transparent as well. Like I struggle with public speaking and just the thought that maybe I've been losing opportunities to put myself out there just because of that fear of public speaking and my accent, and like maybe I'm not gonna be able to come across the way I want and things like that. But I constantly work on improvement and try to feel a little bit more confident and just to try to reach my potential, because I don't want to limit it just because of the fact of I miss an opportunity and nobody knows who I am, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually feel, your accent makes you unique.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
one of my favorite things about you. So I guess that's my perspective, and I can see the perspective, for certain clients the other way, although I think it's also find the right clients for you and then really owning it. And I feel like you're showing up here and you're already doing that. So I think that's awesome.
Me too.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Do you have any future goals in real estate?
Future goals in real estate. One of the things I really want try to do it this year is become a landlord. I just have like a home with my girlfriend here, and that's the thing. Like I just wanna get more investment properties, like work on that, and probably keep working with the community, but not only local, but just like bring everything that I can provide to the community, but like back home, because for me my roots are so important. Like my 90% of the families back home, there are so many people struggling every day that I see, like, hey, it would be great to be able to help them, like like raise money, or either like fill up a container with like toys and just send it to Colombia and give it to the kids in need. Like things like that, like really fool me, like, because like I'm doing it, like I'm part of a networking group. It's called the Latin Source, which is actually providing help for any type of immigrant, like in terms of job, whatever they need. If they need clothes, if they need furniture, yeah, anything pretty much. So we try to just kind of provide that for them and get them started. But I just want to kind of extend that to Colombia. And just and I don't usually post that much about it, because I think it's just really, for me, like it just makes me feel good, and it's what it makes me keep going with the business. So I don't really feel the need to just like blast it on social media, or like saying like, hey, here I'm doing this and that. But I'm just trying to find ways that I can enjoy this business more and feel it with passion.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love back to your successes.
Yeah, and your why, and your value, and your vision for the bigger scale, the bigger picture, and the impact you want to make. Like that is so unique, Cesar. Like that's just incredible.
Yeah, I think it's a really good part of the business. That's what I love the most. And so when you start finding that, like, the business changes all the time, right? Like it's like we have emotions. Like in one day we have like crazy different peaks of emotions, and but you need to find something that, like, in long term, like 5-10 years, like keeps you there. What do you like about it? So I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I just think it's amazing and incredible. So, and I have some ideas. Maybe we'll chat later on how I can help. I have some sources that maybe we can contribute into that Latin source. What would you recommend to a new realtor starting their business?
I think I would say, like, don't focus all your energy in one opportunity, one client, because you don't have anything going on. So like that's kind of how I felt in the first like 3 months or 4 months, that I was like, okay, I had a lead and I was like putting like my heart and soul in that lead, but it wasn't even a good lead, right? So I was like wasting my time, my energy, I was frustrated. So I started like changing my mindset to just like, okay, let's try to find like more opportunities and, have them like there. And if like 3 fall apart, like at least I know like one other one is just kind of on the go, and something is going to happen in the long run. So that's good for me, and just adapt, because this business changes all the time. Like right now we have a lot of like changes coming at the same time, right? Like Treb is integrating with BDAR, and then we have Sky Authentisign, just like so like we have like things that happen to us like with technology that we need to adapt like really quickly in order to succeed.
Right. So you live in Barrie. Can you talk about the area you cover, that you work in, and do you have any sort of niche, or do you just kind of sell everything?
Yeah, so I focus now in Barrie. I joined Keller Williams Newmarket because I lived there and I worked there for a long time. So at the beginning, it just made sense that I knew more people that way. But I feel in the past year, most of my clients have been like around like Barrie, Innisfield, Bradford. And I still cover, what is your region and Cinco, but I try to focus, like mostly in Barrie, because I believe in the potential of the city. I think a lot of people are moving from Toronto. We have a hospital, we have the Georgian College. So you can see in the past like 5 years, Barrie has changed a lot in terms of community, and so I still feel like we still have a lot of potential in the future here.
Awesome. Love that. Yeah. I just like hearing about, areas in the GTA. Obviously we're up in cottage country. So it's just nice to hear, what GTA agents cover and all of that. So, so do you specialize in do you stick to residential? Do you do any commercial?
I do residential. Yeah, I don't do commercial. I try to just stick to commercial. I do as well pre-construction, because there are a lot of new projects coming to Barrie as well. So that's something I like to. My first home was pre-construction too, so I got the experience from that as well. So yeah, like I think it's a great opportunity if you know how to do it at the right time.
For sure. Yeah. Pre-con and commercial are a whole other beast.
Yeah.
So good for you for doing pre-con for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Where can we find you?
I think the easiest way to find me is my direct number, 905-960-8322. And if you just type Cesar Garzon in any of the social media platforms, like you can find me.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Cesar. I learned so much about you, and you're incredible and amazing. And I'm always one of your cheerleaders.
Me too. I love your story. It's incredible.
It is. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me here. Like, I really appreciate the time, and I love what you guys do there. So hopefully we can work together.
Yes.
Love it.
Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Thanks, Cesar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.